got on my leather jacket thriller. The show ain't nothing Miller.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Zurin Alisa Binti Maliki. Today I will be presenting our Smart Thermal Lunch Pot, which is for the assessment Physics 210. Have you ever packed a hot meal in the morning, hoping it will stay warm until lunchtime, but when you finally open the container, it's cold, dry and completely unappetizing? This is a real issue for many people, like students, office workers, and food delivery riders. They often don't have access to microwaves or any way to reheat their meals. And the result? Cold food that's not only unpleasant to eat, but sometimes even unsafe. So today, we want to introduce a simple but powerful idea, a thermal food container that keeps your food hot for hours using physics, not electricity. Our project is designed to meet needs faced by users every day. First, the issue of heat loss in food containers. This happens because of heat transfer through three processes, which is conduction, which is heat escaping through the container walls, and convection, which is movement of warm air inside the containers, and the last one is radiation, which is heat being lost to the surroundings. Over time, these processes cause food to reach thermal equilibrium, which just means the food becomes the same temperature as the room. In most cases, that means the food becomes cold. Regular containers don't have proper insulation, so heat is lost in just a few hours. That's why we need to slow this heat loss down using smart design and material choice. For the second one is we are solving the problem of lack of reheating access for users. Many people don't have access to microwave when it's time to eat. This includes students who eat at school, office workers in shade pantries, and food delivery riders who are always on the move. They pack hot meals in the morning, but eat them hours later, in places where reheating simply isn't an option. So, they must rely completely on the container to maintain food temperature. And with regular containers, that's nearly impossible. Our solution is a passive, portable thermal container that keeps food warm with no electricity required. Now, let's talk about who specifically needs this solution. First, students. Many students bring lunch from home, but in schools or university, they usually don't have access to microwaves, or they are not allowed to use one. They pack their food earlier, around 7 or 8 a.m. and eat around 12 or 1 p.m. That's a long time for food to stay warm in a normal container. By the time lunch arrives, their food is cold, dry, and far less enjoyable. Some students even end up skipping their meals because of this. That's why students need a container that can maintain heat without depending on electricity or reheating. Second, food delivery riders, like those working for GrabFood or Foodpanda. They deliver 5 to 10 meals per shift, and each one stays in the delivery bag for 15 or 45 minutes. That's more than enough time for heat to escape, especially when the bag has poor insulation. When customers receive cold food, it affects their satisfaction, the riders' rating, and even business profits. Maintaining food temperature during delivery is not just a bonus, it's critical. So, whether it's a student without a microwave or a rider trying to satisfy a hungry customer, the problem is the same. Heat is lost over time and reheating isn't always possible. That's the need we are solving, with a smart portable thermal container that keeps food hot for hours.
Okay guys, now let's look how to often people experience this problem and when it's usually happen. First, let's think about food delivery riders like those who are working for GrabFood or Foodpanda. On average, they deliver 5 to 10 meals per shift. Each meal spend 15 to 45 minutes inside a container before reaching the customer. During that time, food lost heat through conduction, convection and radiation, which means it's arrived cold or soggy, especially during long trips or in bad weather. Next, we have students and workers. Many of them pack their lunch early in the morning, around 7 to 8 a.m., but only eat it during a lunchtime, around 12 to 1 p.m. There's a gap 4 to 5 hours, and by then, even with a regular lunchbox, the food is already cold, especially in air-conditioned room or locker. This cooling process is explained by Newton's law of cooling. The bigger the temperature difference, the faster the food cools down. Lastly, there are outdoor workers like those in construction or farming. Their food is often left in hot environments, under the sun or in the vehicles. In places like Malaysia, where the temperature can go up to 30 to 35 Celsius, foods can spoil in just 2 to 3 hours. So you can see this problem is happen every day and across different jobs, age groups and environments. Okay, next I want to talk about the problem that many people don't think about it. How much it actually costs when mailbox doesn't keep the food at the right temperature. Let's start with a simple one. Waste food equal to waste money. When the food becomes soggy, spoiled, or unsafe to eat, it usually gets thrown away. This means we just not wasting food. We just also losing money. And it's not just for us as a user. Food company also lost profits and even lost customer when this happen regularly. But it gets worse. Improper food temperature can lead to the health risk. Food that isn't kept hot or cold can grow bacteria, and that can make you sick. Now think about the cost, doctor bill, medication, and even a missed work or school. That's a huge impact in financially and physically. So keeping food at the right temperature isn't just about the taste. It's also about the safety and saving money. That's all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuraliana binti Abdul Rahman. So today I will explain you what will happen if that need is not met. Firstly, improper handling or storage can lead the food becoming unhygienic, which can make a serious healthy risk. Secondly, without temperature control, the food will no longer remain warm. This can affect both the taste and the safety of the meal. Lastly, the food won't stay fresh for a longer period, which is especially problematic for meal delivery or packed meal means to be eaten later in the day.
Our unique approach is to develop a super thermal mailbox designed to keep food hot for an extended period. This will be achieved through an optimized multi-layer insulting system. This system will strategically integrate diverse materials chosen for their specific thermal properties to simultaneously minimize all three modes of heat transfer, such as conduction, convection, and radiation. This includes the potential incorporation of micro-vacuum layers, highly reflective internal surfaces, and multi-density, low conductivity solid materials. Our solution broadly involves the development of an innovative portable passive thermal food container. This container is specifically designed to maintain optimal food temperature, significantly extending the duration for which prepared meals remain hot and appetizing, thereby effectively countering rapid heat loss in conventional containers. It will utilize multi-insertion, integrating diverse material layers with high thermal resistance, such as micro-vacuum spacers, highly reflective surfaces, and low-density solid, to simultaneously inhibit all three methods of the heat transfer: conduction, convection, and radiation.
For the last slide is, do you have any technical issue to solve about the mailbox? So for the step 1 is, you can preheat the mailbox. Just pour boiling water into it and let it sit for about 2 to 5 minutes before adding your foods. This can reduce heat loss signification. The step 2 is, use heat retaining add-ons. For example, wrap the container in a thick towel or add reusable gel heat or hot water bottle to keep the heat in. And lastly, for food delivery or catering service, consider using a battery power or USB power heated lunchbox. This can keep the food at a safety temperature about 60 Celsius for a longer period.